Hi everyone. So I'm starting some online cooking classes because I thought it would be a good idea to show people how to make some basic food like Indian dishes such as dal. So today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple lentil and tomato dal. So here I've got my ingredients which I'm going to show you. So this is my spice tin, which is called a masala dabba. And I can point at the different spices. I don't know if you can actually see them very clearly there. But this is chili powder, brown mustard seeds, cumin seeds, asafoetida powder, turmeric powder, coriander seed powder, and roasted cumin powder. That's what I call my basic spice kit. And we're going to use some of these spices tonight for making this dal. So I've got some washed lentils here, 200 grams of lentils. This will make quite a substantial batch of this dal. And it's a good idea to make a batch because you can either freeze it or put it in the fridge and have, 2 or 3 meals out of that. So that serves about 4 people if you're using it up for 1 meal. So I'm going to start with chopping the coriander. And I like to use everything, like the stalks and the leaves and everything. Chop it sort of not very finely, and you don't need to throw away the stalks because they actually have a lot of flavor, and you don't want any unnecessary wastage. We're going to put this towards the end because it's quite an aromatic herb and you don't want to lose all those wonderful smells. I've got 2 green chilies here, hopefully hot green chilies. These are finger chilies, which are typically used in North Indian cooking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stalks off and I'm going to slit them so that when I fry them in the oil, they'll release all of their lovely heat and flavor into the oil. So just to give them a little slit like that lengthways with the knife. Okay, and I've got a tin of tomatoes here. So now we're going to walk towards the cooking area. So I'm going to put a light on here. I'm going to put a flame under the pan. And I'm going to put just the tiniest bit of oil into this. It's quite a low fat dish as well, so that's really nice. You don't have to put a great deal of oil in there. So let that heat for a bit. And you don't want it to start smoking, but you do want it to get quite hot, and you will see that the surface of the oil starts to quiver a bit when it's hot. Otherwise, a simple way of testing it is just to put a few seeds of the mustard in there and wait for them to pop. When they start popping, that's when the oil is hot. So it's not hot yet. And you get 2 kinds of mustard actually. These are brown mustard seeds, which are a bit smaller, but you also get black mustard seeds, which are actually nicer to use in this dal, but they're more difficult to get hold of. So I'm just going to use brown mustard seeds. Come on, oil. So what we're doing here is we're making a tadka. You might have come across that word before, in tadka dal. So this is basically a way of tempering the dal. You're getting these seeds and spices and herbs to release their flavor into the oil. So that looks like it's starting to get hot. Maybe I'll try. Yeah, you see now those seeds are starting to sort of sizzle quite actively. And I want roughly a teaspoon in there, so I've just added a bit more. And you have to wait for them to pop. This is very important because if they don't pop, it means that they're going to taste really hard and raw, and also you won't get the flavor released into the oil. So there, if you can hear it, they're starting to pop like little popcorns. And you have to be careful not to let them splash on your face, so stand back a bit. Right, now add the same quantity of cumin, which is roughly a teaspoon. and then lower the heat completely. I'm going to add the 2 green chilies here, and I'm going to tilt the pan so that the chilies can fry nicely in the oil, and that's quite important because you want those chilies to fry properly. And sometimes when the chilies are really hot, you know, all of a sudden they release this sort of hot, sort of acrid smoke, and you'll start coughing. But sometimes it's quite bland, so it's difficult to tell what you're going to get. It's trial and error, really. So then add about half a teaspoon of asafoetida. Now this is quite crucial because it does really give a lot of flavor, but if you don't have it, it's fine. You can just make the dal without that. Asafoetida, if you smell it directly, it doesn't smell very pleasant, but when you add it into a dal or something like that, it's just beautiful. Okay, so this is quite an important step. So I'm going to add like half a teaspoon of turmeric now, and turmeric burns really, really fast. So I'm going to add that and literally run towards the lentils and get them and shove them in. So that's the turmeric. And these are the lentils going in. It's already starting to smell nice. So I'm just going to directly stir the lentils into the flavored oil, the flavored sarka, like that, and then add the tomatoes. Now give that a good stir. And I'm going to add water now. Here we are, water. So about double the quantity of the dal. Well, I've got about half a litre of water there. I'm probably going to need a little bit more because these lentils will swell up quite a lot. And then I'm going to add some salt and the chopped coriander and just leave it on simmer. Okay, salt coming up here. So, there we are. And the coriander. So I'm now going to put the lid on there and then leave it for about sort of 10-15 minutes on a low flame until the lentils become tender. And the way to check that the lentils are cooked is to pick up a grain of lentil with your spoon and press it between your thumb and index finger. And if it's really soft right the way to the middle, that means they're cooked. If it's a little bit hard in the middle, it means you have to cook for a bit longer. But they're very fast cooking, red lentils are, so this dal should be ready in 15 minutes. So I'm going to take a break now and then come back and show you what the finished product looks like.